Okay, Hayes Mega here with another desktop figure show and tell of Rem from ReZero, Life in a Different World, from Zero. Or, yeah, I don't know, they worded it kind of weird. But starting life in another world, something along those lines. um, so here it is. This is the Goodsmile Company Rem made figure. Okay, um, and I got this in 2018, which is like kind of like 2 years ago, and I got it for 10,819 yen at Hobby Link Japan. I think I got it right when it first came out. So this is a brand new figure from Hobby Link Japan, and yeah, so I got her for about $100, and I shipped her with a bunch of stuff from my warehouse. It wound up being like $65, but like I don't know, I would say it probably cost me around $10 to ship her with a bunch of other stuff. So um, it's not too bad. It's pretty big. It's kind of a big figure. All right, so that's how I got her, and here it is. So I always wanted a nice Rem figure. I've got a couple Rem prize figures, but this is probably my nicest. This is probably my nicest Rem figure. Okay, Rem is one of my favorite characters. However, I kind of like Amelia better. His Vega's kind of like Subaru, man. He can't freaking choose, right? Anyway, so here it is. So let's go take a look at the box. So the box is just kind of this kind of matte finish, kind of cardboard, and it doesn't reflect light except for the front window. We have here the ReZero logo right here, and then Good Smile Company is the one that produced this figure, and there's a Katakawa sticker here, and then you've kind of got like, wow, it's a big window. So I would say this makes a great box figure, if you were to take out all the plastic wrapping and stuff outside, so you can see her better. But yeah, there is a window on top. We'll take a look at that when we taking a look at the whole box. But um, the front window it's kind of shaped like a bullet that's going up, and it's probably like 80% of the front of the box is a window. So it's pretty nice. And then here you got a kind of like an outline of Rem right here, and then Rem in big letters here, ReZero, 1/7 scale pre-painted figure here. The sculptor is Yuko N. Need. It's just a parentheses need. I guess the N stands for need or something. And then the paintwork is done by Lu from Good Smile Shanghai and Ekoshi. So two people painted this. Interesting. So maybe the two, if two people painted it, probably some of them worked on some part of the figure, and then the other person worked on the other figure. But they're like the figure masters. That's what I'm gonna say. And here's your copyright Katakawa down here. So the ReZero came from a novel, just in case you guys don't know. All right, so there's the side of the box. This one is a little bit more so there's a picture of Rem right here, and she's kind of missing an arm, and the actual picture of Rem is glossy, so you can see it kind of, but the rest of the box is not glossy. It's still a matte finish, and the background is the blue, kind of like her hair, because she's the blue-haired maid, and it says a life in a different. I guess it continues to the other side, and it says Big Rem here on the side. All right. Here's the back of the box. Back of the box is a picture of another full picture of the figure. And this time the whole figure, her arm isn't missing. It says Rem down here and a bunch of info over here. There's a holographic sticker. I think it says H Japan or something there. Made in China. It's a PVC and ABS construction. So here you can see the back of the figure right here. And then this is the front of the figure. And then this is an alternate display. You can display the figure. I may just keep it like that. I don't know, but yeah, there's an alternate way you can display this figure. There's one where she's delivering like some tea, and then there's one where she has her morning star out, and I think you can like mix them up too. Okay, and then here's a picture of Rem again, but she's a kind of a closer up picture. Her legs are like not in the picture, and it says Rem in the back. All right, So that's all the sides. Let's take a quick look at the top. The top, read life in another world, 0. And then it has a almost like a circular box, but not quite. But the good thing is, like, you can shine some light through that, and then it'll light up the figure underneath. Kind of like that. Then you can see in the box. Kind of cool, huh? So I would say this makes a good box figure, but the only window is the front one. But the front one is like a huge window, so if you were just going to display the front of the box, and then you had some light for the top, I think it would make a good box figure. So you could keep her in the box. You can display her in the box is what I want to say. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this up. Unboxing time. Okay, so before we put the box away, this is what the inside looks like. It's kind of like a blue, kind of dotted wallpaper type of background. And it's like the whole inside. It's like a wallpaper, yeah. Okay, and then there is a instruction manual here. Let's take a quick look at that before we take the rest of the figure out. Okay, here's the instructions. It's all... no, it's not all in Japanese. Okay. Okay, there's an English side and a Japanese side. Very nice. So let's go just look at the English side then. So there is Rem handling instructions. I'm not going to read all of it, but it says there's an inventory right here. So this is nice. This is kind of different than most figures. There's the actual figure, the base, a head, a hand, two hands or arms, and then the morning star. It looks like you can have the morning star any way you want because it's like it's on a chain. And then so it says here how to assemble the body part. Basically you take A and then you put it on the B base. And then if you want to change the head, you got to take the back of the hair off and then put a different head on it, the one with the horn. And then you put it down. Oh, I think she has a different face too. Yeah. Yeah, she has a different head, so. But yeah, you can add the hair with the horn on it. And you know what's funny is that this is not a painted figure. Also, this is the non-painted Rem figure. And then here is how to put the arm parts on. Basically, you just pull them off and you put the other one on. Not too difficult. And then this is the alternate figure right here, from the one that's out there right now. Okay. And there is a Part C. Part C can be attached to Miss Light 316, sold by Hiromi Industrial, sold separately. Use the rubber tube supplied with Mist Light 316 when attached light. For inquiries, use this. There's a link to if you want to get this LED and you want to light her horn up. You can do that. So that's kind of cool. I do not have that, so won't be able to light it up. Okay, continue unboxing. Okay, there we go. I got her out of the box and assembled. It took a long time. There was so much of this plastic stuff everywhere. Everything. You literally had to take the whole figure apart. Like, her torso comes out, her arms come out, her head comes out, her skirt comes out too. Yeah, dude. Like, literally almost everything you can take apart. And then she's held together by one peg, one steel peg right here in her foot. So I hope that's enough to keep her supported. It is a very nice figure. I'm not gonna lie. So, like I said, we're gonna go take a closer look at her first, and then I'll go tell you what I think. But also, I like to point out here are all the accessories that come with it. Okay. Here's the Morning Star right here. It's very heavy, by the way. It's got some heft to it. It's pretty. It's a real copy of the Morning Star. Okay, that thing that she swings around and just massacres people with. And then there's a separate arm to hold it. Here's the alternate head right here with the blood and the horn, and then the hand. I think I'm gonna display it with the alternate thing, but for now, we'll go look at the figure like that. Okay. But I tell you now, I like what I see. It's a Goodsmile figure, and I expect nothing but the best, because they are the best. And this is a $100 figure, so we'll see. I don't know how much it costs nowadays. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you now. This is one of those figures that has skyrocketed in price. Okay, so I'm looking at my figure collection right now, and I'm getting Solaris, brand new, 29,508 yen. That's like $300. And the pre-owned one for 27,000. That's like almost $270. Here's one on eBay for $175. $200 on eBay. So like I said, I bought this. I think I pre-ordered this. I bought this like when it just came out. So I got lucky. It says Goodsmile Company. The Goodsmile Company shop had it on sale for 10,000 yen, and it says it's out of stock now. So yeah, I don't. Getting this figure is very hard. I think there is a companion figure to this. This is the Rem figure. I do not have the Rem figure, so I'd imagine the Ram figure. I don't have the Ram figure, but yeah. So I'd imagine the Ram figure probably costs less than Rem, because I think Rem is probably a more popular character. I like Ram too, but I like Rem more. Type of thing. Okay, so yeah, so that's just some info as of this video. That's how you can get her. She's not cheap. She's not cheap anymore. The price of this figure has doubled pretty much. Not doubled, tripled. The price of this figure has tripled. Okay, so that's how much in demand this figure was, and how popular character Rem is apparently. Okay, so I'm gonna go take a look over the figure, and then we will scrutinize the craftsmanship, and if there is, and then we'll look in more detail on the figure, and then we'll change the figure to the second configuration. Okay, I'd imagine you could mix it up too. You could probably put the Morning Star, and she's delivering the tea with the happy face. so yeah, I'd imagine you could probably mix up you can do different variations with how you want to display this figure. Okay, all right. Okay, I took a quick look over the figure. Actually, we didn't do a 360 of the figure. Let's do a quick 360. But I looked her over, and she is the stuff of dreams. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, ooh, some of that booty there. And I tell you this, I've been rewatching ReZero, and I've read most of the novels, and I really like Rem. I think she's a great character. If she's not trying to kill you. All right, so let's take a look at the base. We'll start at the base and we'll work our way up. So there's the base. It's kind of like a cobblestone, or like a brick or concrete type of base. Pretty nice. It's got little imperfections in it and stuff too. like it's like there's chipping on the stones and stuff. Pretty cool. It's got a little bit of panel lining, sort of, kind of, and it, like, you know, it's got like kind of like a texture painted into it. Pretty nice. And I'll tell you now, there's only one peg holding her leg up. Right here, and it was hard to get in. You have to get it in there like at a certain angle. And I'm going to tell you now, like there's lots of opportunity to scratch this figure up, because there's literally her arms and her head and her torso come off. So there's like a lot of stuff that's rubbing on each other. So you're not going to get away with scratching the figure. So if you took it out of the box, you've already lowered its value. Like, oh, hi. So yeah. All right. So there is her shoes right there. They're kind of like I don't know. They're just kind of, it's like a low heel type of shoe. It's very shiny. It's like a gloss finish, and it's like kind of like a black with some kind of shading, a little bit of shading on the front. It gets a little bit lighter in the front and darker in the back. Okay, and there's the bottom of that one. You can see it's just all black. Okay, so let's go take a look at her legs. Okay, those are his fabulous Rem gams there. She's wearing some thigh-high stockings. They go up over the knee. Very nice. It's got like there's like a little band here, like an elastic band that holds the this kind of like frilly kind of thing on top of the stockings. They're white, and they do have a little bit of shading, a little bit of gray in there. There's just a little bit of subtle shading. Yes, there is shading. You can see it on the knee, but not a whole lot. Very soft. Yeah, you can see it on both sides of the knee right there. So there is shading. Very nice paint on the stockings, and they're very smooth. No kind of jaggedy, no imperfections. Okay. Let's move up a little bit higher. You can get a good look at her skirt and her thighs. Very nice. Very nice skin. Looks very soft. Soft, like I want to touch it. You can almost kind of see her butt, but not quite. From this angle, you really have to look under there. I'm not gonna lie, I did get a good look at her panties. If you were paying attention earlier when I was assembling her, you got to see her panties. So they're nice. They're nice little frilly looking panties. But yeah, you can take the whole skirt off and everything. So I had to take. I wasn't just trying to take a peek at her panties. I had to take it off to get a piece of plastic off. You really have to disassemble the whole figure to get all that plastic off. Okay, so there's the skirt. It's a black and white. It's kind of like white here with some shading and stuff, and then there's a black line here. Very straight, very nice. Paint looks white paint looks good. The black paint looks good. Yeah, there's some shading on the skirt and stuff. We could take the skirt out and look at it more carefully, but you know what? I'm not gonna do it. Yep, there it is. It's kind of flutter. It's like she's in like a forward motion, so the back part of her dress is kind of like lifting up a little bit. Very nice. There's your demon-made waifu. Okay, and then let's just take a look at the upper half of the figure. There it is. She's got that smiley Rem face on, like she's ready to go serve you up some tea. Very nice. I can't find any kind of imperfection on this figure. It is perfect. It's one of those perfect figures. That's what I expect out of a $100 figure. Okay, so let's start from. Oh yeah, let's take a look at these the two parts in the back here. So like this part of the dress, it's kind of has like these two tails that come out, and then there's a bow ribbon here, and it's kind of like shaded a very light purple color. Okay, here we got. That's interesting. So there's the two lines here, and they're brighter up here, but then they get darker, and they're both like that. So I think they really meant for it to be like that, to have a little gradient to it. It's not solid the whole time, but the rest of it is solid white, as you can see. So there's like kind of like a corset kind of part here with buttons and stuff. She has a very nice figure, by the way. And then you can see some kind of folds here on the top part. So this layer of the dress is like the corset part, okay? The part that wraps around her tummy. Okay, that's a separate part, and then there's like another dress part. Like I guess if you were to take this out, it wouldn't have this kind of fluttery thing. It's kind of like Amelia's dress. Amelia's dress is kind of like this too. The Hayes Mega has become really critical about the dresses his girls wear, you know, like how they're designed and stuff. So yeah, this whole part, you know, all the part between her boobs and her waist is, you can remove that. Like if it was like real life, you know. That's all I want to say. Okay. So there's then there's the chest assist part. She has some pretty large ones there. Is there any kind of shading on them? On the bottom a little bit of purple. Fits her well. So there, you can see there's like a kind of little lace that's on the top here that kind of holds it together. And then there's a strap right here. That's interesting, yeah. So the corset part is held by a strap right here, and then this part over here, it's kind of like an elastic part. It's kind of like a bra sort of almost. And then there's these two straps here that hold the bottom part of the dress up back here. Okay, and then she's kind of wearing like a collar, like almost like a choker sort of over her what's that? Collar. Over her collar. Okay, and then so where the straps are that hold the bottom part of the dress up, there's these frilly things that come out the side too. And it's perfect, and just, you know, just because you can take the arms and stuff out, you can't really see any, you know, any kind of problems with that, you know. You can look into there. It's kind of like white with purple shading here. Okay, and then there's some frilly stuff and some elastic banding right here. It's kind of floofy around the arms. Where is that? Is that just a separate part? Yes, that is just a separate part. So it's like an arm kind of thing she's wearing around the arms. Okay, so the dress is kind of like, I don't know. Good question. I think there's this part of the dress, and then there's the upper part. So there's like two pieces, or maybe like three pieces if you count this white thing in the front. Okay, or four pieces if you count the arm things, or five if you count this one that's on her neck. So I think this makes me super critical about the maid outfit. I'm really analyzing that maid outfit. I think it's fantastic. Okay, all right. So and then there's Rem's face. She's super happy, big blue eyes. She's got like a pink hair tie right here, and a pink kind of flower ribbon right here, and she's got this little kind of little thing. She's like a headband she's wearing that has little flowers on top of it that like haven't like blossom flowers. Okay, and then she's holding up this this tray here with tea in it, and it's kind of canted forward a little bit. Okay, and it's like supposed to be like a metal one. Does it look metal? You know what? I don't know. It's got that aluminum look to it. It doesn't have that like silver. You know, it doesn't have that silver look. It looks more kind of like aluminum. It's kind of plasticky looking. However, the tea set looks very realistic. It looks porcelain. It looks porcelain. You can't take it out. They're kind of glued on there. Let's see if there's some stuff in there. No, they're empty. There's nothing in there. So it looks very realistic. The tea set. Okay. Also, underneath those two kind of twin tail thingies for the dress, it's purple. That's an interesting touch right there. It's purple underneath, and there's a little gradient for the white. I don't know why, but it's okay. Those fabulous thighs. You can get a little peek at her panties right there, just a little bit. You really have to get up under there. Okay, so there it is. Oh boy, I could not find anything wrong with this figure. This figure is perfection, okay? And yeah, so the skin looks great, the dress looks great, the dress is put together really nicely. There's shading all over the figure. The paint is spectacular, okay? I didn't talk about the hair, did I? The hair is just kind of, yeah, it's the Rem blue hair, and it kind of gets darker at the tips a little bit, and it's lighter on the top. She's got a little piece of hair popping out of here. It looks good. It looks molded nicely. You actually cannot see that kind of seam line. Yeah, you can't see the seam line because they're hiding it behind the headband. It's sneaky, right? So yeah, it's behind the headband here, so you can't see that seam line that all the figures have on the head. It's missing. Well, you can kind of see it right here on this side, but this side there's too much going on for you to see it. So there you go. Clever way to hide it, you know, and you can see both her eyes. Okay. Her head is kind of roundish. All right, so let's go transform her into a demon maid. Ready for a demon combat maid. All right, I'll speed up the video, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and change everything out now. Actually, before that, so this is pretty much a 2-in-1 figure review. It's basically a 2-in-1 figure when you buy one of these. Unfortunately, you can't display both of them at the same time. You would have to buy another figure to do that. Alright, so I'm just going to get some 360 shots right now, and then I'll put them at the end of the video after we thing it. So.